The 1966-67 Philadelphia 76ers, which is a team that some people to this day feel is the greatest team ever assembled in NBA history, wound up with a regular season record of 68-13, which was the best record in NBA history up until that point. During that season, there was 81 games played during the regular season, and that team wound up defeating Bill Russell's Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference, I believe, finals. And that was one of only 2 times that Bill Russell's Celtics were denied the NBA championship. The only other time that occurred was 9 years earlier, the 57-58 St. Louis Hawks, behind Bob Pettit's 50-point game in deciding playoff game. But, as I said, the 66-67 Philadelphia 76ers set an all-time win mark of 68-13. That mark would last for only 5 years. For during the 71-72 season, the Los Angeles Lakers, with Wilt Chamberlain again being the centerpiece of that team, won an incredible 69-13 during the regular season. Poor Elgin Baylor, but he just couldn't catch a break, man. I think he retired something like 9 games into that regular season. And the very fucking night I think he had his retirement ceremony, the Lakers got a win, right? Which was the first win of their 33-game win streak, which just put them on a whole nother level as far as cohesion and team chemistry. And they went on to win a title that year against the New York Knicks, I believe. And it's interesting, too, because guys like Jerry West and Wilt Chamberlain, they all say that that wasn't the best team that they had been a part of. And they weren't the same guys as far as players, but they just had gotten into such a jail as a team, that they pretty much just overperformed that particular year. And the thing about that record, though, which is interesting, is that record almost was broken the very next year. The very next year, that record was almost broken by a team that no one talks about because they didn't win a title. The 72-73 Boston Celtics. They went 68-14 that year. John Havlicek was still in his prime, pretty much. Dave Cowens won MVP that year. And Tom Heinsohn won Coach of the Year. What happened, if I remember correctly, is that I think it was the Eastern Conference Finals. They were upsetted by the 60-win New York Knicks, which is a team that I think is the best team in their franchise history. And that team went on to dethrone the defending title holders, the formerly 69-win Los Angeles Lakers, and they defeated them in the finals that year. But it was another year where that record was seriously challenged. The 91-92 Chicago Bulls, they flirted with it for a while before winding up settling on 67 wins. But 24 years later, after the 69-win team, the Chicago Bulls went 72-10, a season where it was magical. I didn't think that team would be seriously challenged. I'm going to be honest with you, though. Last year was the first year I started thinking to myself, this record's in jeopardy. Because the fact that Boston, like he said Boston, Jesus. The fact that Golden State won 67 games last year really bothered me. It really bothered me. Because the fact we got this era now where we have so many different goddamn teams, and so many cellar dwellers, and we have so many teams that so many bottom feeding teams that the best teams could just feed off of and just get easy wins. I mean, think about it, man. You have so many different teams lately that have won north of 65 games over the past 2 years. Not to say it's like a regular thing, but it was something that was rare at one point in time. Remember, the Dallas Mavericks one year won 67 games. Okay, then you have all these goddamn teams who win 65, 66, 67 games that aren't, years ago they wouldn't have won that many goddamn games. You know what I'm saying? Like, the parity in the NBA is not there anymore. It's not. To keep it to perspective, Magic's Lakers in the 80s, a lot of those teams won between 57 to 62 games. And those teams were fucking loaded. Do you really think that Magic's Lakers would only win 57 games in today's NBA? Do you think that Bird's Celtics would only win 56, 57, 58, 59 games now? Seriously? So it's like, I'm not trying to totally shit on this record, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And also, the Bulls didn't even really play that well down the stretch in that year. They won 72 games. So really, they should have won 74, 75 games, to be honest with you. They lost a lot of fucking games toward the end of that season that they should have won. But what it could have, should have. I'll say this, though. These motherfuckers better win the title, man. Because I think they're going to win tomorrow. Well, today now, by the time I upload it. They better win the title, man. Because I think they're going to beat Memphis to get 73-9. But you motherfuckers better win the title, man. Because you're not going to fucking hit an end from me. I'm going to make a video every fucking day reminding Golden State fanboys, not the fans, but the fanboys, stop latching on to every cock that you see, alright? Just because the media pump up these guys, it's like you just fucking just run to the newest thing on the block. The new kid on the block, you guys just run to them, and it's ridiculous, man. It's crazy because for a little bit last year, you guys were on Klay Thompson's dick. Oh, 37 points in third quarter. Nobody's ever done that, not even George Gervin. And Gervin couldn't hit threes like that. So that made Klay Thompson the best shooter ever. But you guys better fucking win the title, man. That's all I'm going to say, because if you guys want to seal the deal and win a championship, who gives a fuck? Seriously. Like, does anybody really consider the 116-win Salem Mariners, I think the 2001 team that won 116 games, anybody really consider them better than the 98 Yankees that won 114 games? Seriously. No. Does anyone consider the 2007 Patriots that went 16-0 in the regular season but lost in the Super Bowl? Does anyone consider them better than, say, the 85 Bears? Not really. Unless you talk to Patriots fans, I won't really consider that team better, because they lost in the fucking regular season. They lost in the playoffs, but it really counted. The postseason was when it really counts. So, if history tells me that Golden State's going to win a title, but people need to stop sleeping on the San Antonio Spurs. They need to stop sleeping on this team, man. They just equaled the mark for the best home record of all time, 40-1, by the 85-86 Boston Celtics. Now some people are like, oh, but what's the team that broke the record? What's the team that kept them from having the all-time best record? Yeah, okay, I understand that. But this is a whole nother season that's going to start this weekend. All that other shit don't count anymore. Everyone starts with a clean slate. And in the playoffs, anything can happen. Anything. Anything. I remember one year, excuse me. Yeah, Philly. I remember Philly. This is before my time, but I remember reading about this. The Sixers had went 65-17 the year before. Nearly swept the playoffs. Were so dominant. Then the very next year, they got upset in the first round by the New York Knicks. The New Jersey Nets, excuse me. Upset it. First round. 84 playoffs. 10 years later, Seattle, Denver, need I say more? 63 wins by the Sonics. They should have swept Denver. Never know. Never know, man. You guys better fucking win a title, man. If you don't, man, I am going to be merciless.